Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a rather windy Suffolk countryside where I'm in the village of Kedington, and I'm going to complete about a 5-kilometre circular walk that started and finishes at the parish church. Now, what I'm on at the moment is a bit of the Stour Valley Path, which is a 62-mile long distance trail that started way back at Newmarket, finishes at Catawade. So here is actually about 15 or 20 miles in. And I'm actually in this lovely avenue of trees. You can see it stretching out behind me, and it's got a lovely dappled shade here. So I'm going to follow the Stour Valley Path for about a mile before I cross the river, head around the village, and then return back to the parish church where I want to have a look inside. It's open at the moment. I want to have a look inside because there is a lovely historic Saxon Cross in there. And also I want to take a little detour down to the River Stour just alongside the church, because I've driven past there so many times and it always looks really pretty. So hopefully I'm going to see some nice views and also dodge the showers. It's rained all morning and it's meant to rain at about lunchtime. So fingers crossed I've got a few hours of clear weather. So I've just crossed the River Stour and I'm now on the road that leads me back towards Kedington. And I've got a choice here of going either along the road towards a historic house or along a footpath that takes me up the side of the Stour Valley. And by the looks of it, I gained about 20 or 30 metres and I reckon the views might be quite nice. So I think I'm going to go along the high road. So I'm now on the top of the hill, and down by the river was about 53 metres above sea level, and here I'm at about 85, so I've gained about 30 metres. And look at the view over the top of this farm. Now there's nothing that I can really make out on the horizon to actually get some kind of perspective of how far I can see that way, but if I swing around this way I can make out a mast way over there. Now I've measured that, and that's the one at Carlton, and that is 10 kilometres away, so about 6 miles in a straight line. I can also make out another chimney just over to the right over there, a white chimney. I'm not sure where that is. But I say here, this is where I'm going to start heading north, back round towards the north end of Kedington, and it looks like I start to go downhill the other side of this little property I'm next to, so I imagine the views looking north are going to be really good as well. So I've taken a little detour down to the River Stour to have a look at this beautiful scene here. So this is the lovely Watermill in Kedington. Now the village has lots of listed buildings, including this one. This dates to the 18th century and is grade 2 listed. And as you can tell, it's got a single story of brick followed by timber above. And this is where I'm going to head up to the church and really explore that area because it has its own very rich history. So I'm now here in the churchyard of the Church of St Peter and St Paul in Kedington, and this lovely grade 1 listed building has a very rich history, and our main fabric is 15th century, but the history of the site goes back much further because in 1934 they found a mosaic pavement and lots of Roman building material, which meant that they came to a conclusion there was a Roman villa on the site, although that has been contested now, and it's believed that much of the material that was found here was actually used to build the church and came from a Roman settlement at Wicksow, just about a mile or two down the road. And then inside the church there is also a lovely Saxon cross, and this one dates all the way back to 900 AD. And then the current building also incorporates some Norman work. So there's known to be a church here in 1140. And if you look at the actual fabric, you can make out some hints of Norman architecture. Now what I'm going to do is have a proper little look inside if I'm able to, because they're doing some repair work at the moment. And if I look up to the tower is, I think, 16th century. You can see a very steep roof that used to be on the church, and then this has been replaced in the 16th century. And as you have a closer look at the actual fabric of the building, you can make out lots of Roman tile where they have just reused material from that nearby local site. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and also ring the bell to keep up to date with future uploads. And I'll see you next time.